Hi, I'm Sandy,
I'm Morgan.
and we're from Happy House Families. And today we're going to talk about how do you explain what is going on to your child. One of my friends said that he's having a hard time explaining to his 3-year-old why they can't go to the park anymore. How do you explain this to little kids?
Yeah, and even bigger kids too. There's a lot of it's really overwhelming, and for even us adults, it's very overwhelming. And so we have some tools and tips for you guys so that you can kind of explain to your children without instilling more fear in them.
Exactly, without overwhelming everybody. So the first thing that we are going to request is that you manage your own anxiety. And when you are in a heightened state of anxiety, that would not be the best or optimal time to explain what is happening. So again, you can do some deep breathing, take some time for self-care before you start talking about this to your child, because they're able to pick up on your energy as well.
Yes. So if you are really anxious, then your kids will feel that nervous energy. Another thing that we want to talk about is don't be afraid to talk about the facts and let your kids ask you questions and not shut them down when they're asking you questions, and just kind of answer them very matter of factly, and not so emotionally, because then that will help them understand it kind of more in a scientific way and more in a black and white way rather than feeling scary or too much emotions involved.
Exactly. And another great thing to do is to ask them what they have heard about COVID-19, just so that you can correct any misinformation that they might have. So you want to make sure that you keep this dialogue open, and you can let them know that if and whenever they're having any feelings of nervousness or being anxious or scared, that you are a safe person for them to talk to, and that you're open to answering their questions whenever they might have the questions. So don't let them think that this is a one and only conversation you're going to have, because they might, come up with questions later on during the day or the next couple of days, and just let them know that you are always open to responding to their questions about what is happening.
Yeah. And when you are responding to those questions, make sure that you're calm and reassuring, because you want to make sure that your kids feel comfortable and safe, even in these unknown and kind of scary times.
Exactly. And also make sure that you're responding to them in an age appropriate fashion. You don't want to get too scientific. You don't want to all of a sudden sound like a news reporter giving them information. So make sure that your presentation is also age appropriate.
And then also something that really helps to lessen anxiety is to stick to a routine. So it's something that if they know what's going to happen next, that really helps to just alleviate their fears and the unknown, because something that they can kind of control is like, if you guys have a schedule and routine that's good going on in your homes.
Exactly. So make sure that waking up and going to bed, like that stays solid, and all your meal times, like that all stays solid. Having routine actually does reduce anxiety, not only for kids, but for us as well. And then another important thing is to also just talk to them about what the symptoms are. Let them know that it's coughing, having a fever, and shortness of breath. Because some kids are starting to think that anything and everything is a sign of having COVID-19.
Yeah. And the last thing that we wanted to say is give them things that they can do. So in order to just kind of what we all should be doing is making sure you're washing your hands, making sure that we're disinfecting surfaces, making sure that we're getting a good amount of sleep, because that really helps our immune system. So you can also give them tools. Okay, this is what we can do so that to lessen our chances of getting this.
Exactly. Thank you so much, everyone. And we will be posting more videos.
Yeah, thank you.